Hey friends, welcome back and thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Sasha and my channel is all about cash stuffing, budgeting, and a little bit of the day in the life and behind the scenes of my small business. So today's video, I'm going to be cash stuffing my most recent paycheck. It is my first paycheck in the month of October, and I'm just going to walk you through and share with you where I'm allocating all of my funds. So to start off, I'm going to start by counting the cash that I've withdrawn from my bank account, the ATM to be specific. This cash here represents the money I have left over after I have left money in my account to cover all of my bills. So let's start off just by counting my cash here, making sure it's all good, and we will dive right into cash stuffing. Okay, so I'm working with $1,730 for today's cash stuffing. It's a little bit higher than normal. I did receive some birthday money in here, so that is reflected on this amount, and I'm going to be putting that birthday money towards my 100 envelope savings challenge today. So to start off, I'm going to start by cash stuffing my variable expense binder. So this binder covers my day-to-day expenses. I've got envelopes in here like groceries, for example. So let's start by cash stuffing that one. I'm going to be putting $150 in there. This grocery budget covers just myself, and it is for a 2-week period. And then for dining out, I'm only going to be putting $50 in there today. Actually, I'm going to put some smaller bills in there, just in case I go through a drive-through. It's a lot easier. Now my dog Hank, he's going to be getting $80. Gas will be getting $80. Household, I am not adding, actually, just kidding. I'm adding $20 to that envelope. So that brings me to $40. I had a balance in there from last pay period, so I just carried it forward, and I will continue to do so until I need to buy some items for inside of my home. And then fun, I'm only adding $20 to, and that's just money to be spent however I wish. Usually it's just buying a coffee, or a couple coffees, I should say. So that's my day-to-day expenses. I'm going to move on now to my sinking funds. If you're curious what sinking funds are, it's essentially savings that you save over a period of time to hit your end goal. So my envelopes will vary from what you may have for your sinking funds. And I am actually going to be adding one today, and I've just been so busy I haven't had a chance to make a label for it just yet, but let me just grab an empty envelope. So my dog Hank, he is a senior. He's going to be 17 in January, and he's requiring a little bit more attention at the vet. So I'm going to be adding an envelope in here for him today, and I will be making a label for him. I just haven't had a chance, which is kind of sad because, I mean, I saw these in my store. Anyways, it's funny how we put ourselves last. So Hank today for his medical, he does this other envelope in this binder covers his food and his grooming. This one's going to be covering vet appointments and also his pain meds that he's on currently. So the poor little guy has, like, it just happens as dogs get older, but he's got some arthritis in his joints. So yes, so today I'm adding $150. That will kind of just set us up, and I will continue to add to that. And this just prevents me from having to dip into my emergency fund. So I probably should have been adding to this envelope for him for a while now. I mean, as dogs get older, they require more care. So, oh well. Bedroom overhaul, I'm going to be adding $100 to. This envelope for me is to cover some new furniture I'm replacing in my bedroom. I've been buying furniture and replacing things bit by bit. So next up, I'm wanting to buy a new dresser. So well on my way to getting that. Gifts, I'm going to be adding just $20 to. I don't have any family members' birthdays now until, I think I'm like the last one myself in the year. I just had my birthday on the 3rd, so not that long ago. I'm adding 20, that brings me to 90, and I think the next, actually I take that back. The next birthday I'm buying for is my nephew at the end of December. So I'm just gonna keep adding to that. Costco, I'm only going to be adding $20. I don't live near a Costco, but I like to save up so that I can make a trip when I do eventually go. So that brings that envelope up to 80. Clothing, I'm going to be adding $60 to today. Let's swap out the bills. So I've got $150 in there. I'm just wanting to do a little bit of a winter clothing haul, so on a budget, obviously, because I don't have that much money there. Beauty will be getting 20. That brings me to 40. And my emergency fund, I currently have $1,250 saved up. That money is in the bank, and those are place card holders just representing that. But I'm going to be starting my emergency savings fund challenge. I've been selling this in my shop for probably close to a year now, and I haven't actually used it myself. So now that my debt is gone, I figure I should really be investing in my emergency fund and saving up to have a few months worth of expenses covered should I need it. So I'm going to be starting by adding $50 today. Each of these symbols here have different dollar values assigned to it. So essentially you would mark off the amounts that you add to your envelope, and when the entire tracker is complete, there'll be $1,000 saved. So I'll just continue to do this tracker over and over again until I hit my end goal. So I'm adding $50 in here today, and I'm gonna shade in the tracker later. So that essentially brings me up to $1,300 in my emergency fund now. Medical will be getting 20. That's $60 there. Okay, now I'm going to moving on to my savings challenges. So my savings challenges also are savings for expenses that I know I'm going to have in the future too. So self-care, I have a tracker in here as well. Oops, I'm almost done it. There's 4 left. I'm going to be doing just one of them today. So I'm doing the $15 one. And actually, let's just trade those in for 20. So I now have $190 saved up. When my tracker is complete, I'm gonna have $250 saved. I was originally thinking I'd go get like a nice massage with this, but I may use that money differently. I'm not really too sure just yet. We will see. Vacation, I'm having to be incredibly aggressive with this vacation savings challenge right now. That is because I'm going away in January and I want to ensure I have enough money saved up. So I have a couple challenges that, actually I have a few challenges that I'm doing right now to save for my vacation, but this is also one of them. Each symbol I have decided is valued at $45, and I'm going to be doing 5 of them today. So that is a total of $225. Okay, let's use some 20s. 225. Let's just double check that. Perfect. And then I'll shade in the tracker later. I haven't been on vacation in so long. I did go on a couple of like little weekend getaways this summer, but like an actual vacation out of country, it's been years. So I'm really looking forward to that. When I'm done saving for my vacation and I'm back, I will be saving up more money in different areas because I do want to start investing more in my future. So I won't be saving as aggressively, obviously, for vacation. I'll just be putting smaller amounts in to hit my end goal in a year or two's time. Okay, so Christmas, I also have a tracker in here for. I'm currently trying to save up $600 to buy my nieces and nephews their Christmas presents. I'm adding $40 to the challenge today. So that means I only have $80 left to go, which I'm hoping I can easily complete next pay period. And then I will be done this with plenty of time for Black Friday shopping and just, yeah, start that Christmas shopping. I'd love to get it out of the way early this season or this year. I work in our family store, and so Christmas is an incredibly busy time for us, or at least I'm really hoping it's an incredibly busy time for us this year. It's been a little bit quieter than usual this year, so I think it just has to do with our economy right now, but I'm praying that the store is really, really busy. So with that said, I won't have as much time to do Christmas shopping, so the sooner I can get it done and out of the way so I'm not stressing about it, the better. Now my $5 savings challenge, I'm going to be adding 4 5s to it today. And as you can see here, the challenge is getting pretty near done. This money will be going towards my vacation as well. The plan is to go to Disneyland. We haven't booked anything yet though, so that may change. I really don't know what's going on, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna continue to save for it. But my $10 challenge will be getting 2 10s. And that is also really stacking up there. And this money is also gonna be going to my vacation savings. So that's $700 between these two challenges. And then my coin savings challenge, I completed it already with the leftover money. I had $2.95 in change from last pay period. So I've already added it to my coin jar and completed that challenge tracker. Okay, so now we're moving on to 2 of my favorite challenges. I have my 100 envelope savings challenge as well as my 52-week savings challenge. With this challenge, the end goal, I will be saving $2,023. So because I'm paid bi-weekly, I'm going to be filling 2 envelopes today. I have a $25 envelope and a $45 envelope. I cannot believe how fast this year is going by. It's just been absolutely wild. I was kind of down. Birthdays kind of make you reflect on your past year. And like I was mentioning earlier, I did have a birthday last week. And I was feeling a little down because, I mean, as you get older, you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't reached all my life goals just yet. But I was reflecting on the past year and I am so grateful for what I've done. I mean, it's been a busy year. I had 2 surgeries. My business has been taking off. It's been absolutely wild. Yeah, just so many life changes for the good that I really do have so much to be thankful for. And I guess this birthday wasn't as hard as it has been in the past. I just get so bummed out that I guess in the past I used to set these really big goals and expectations, and I just don't do that anymore. I set goals, but I make sure they're actually attainable. So yeah, anyways, that's my rant there. So my 2023 savings challenge, and then my last one is my 100 envelope savings challenge. And I have not decided what envelopes we're completing in here. So we're just gonna kind of do a random mismatch. Anyways. So let's count how much cash I have on hand here, and then we'll figure out where it's gonna go. Okay, that's perfect. I have $500 to be putting towards this challenge. I would love to try to fill as many large envelopes as possible. And with this savings challenge, I'm trying to, again, be very aggressive with completing it. My goal is to complete this by the end of the year, and hopefully that's doable, because what I want to do is then take the money I have saved, deposit it into the bank, and put it into a first home savings account. So this is a new account available to Canadians this year. The maximum contribution, I could be wrong, I kind of think it's $7,000. So I may not be contributing the full amount this year, but if I don't, it rolls over until I eventually max out the account. So let's see, why don't we try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, do these ones. It just means that I'm rounding up and I'm putting more money in here, but I'm okay with that. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5. And then let's do 92. So I'm going to put 95 in there too. $91, I'll also put 95 in there because why not? put 90 in there. And what do we got here? 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. Okay. Let's put another 90 in there. Ooh, I can't. Okay. Well, let's put 80 in the 78. So I got 45. I just filled that one, so let's do the 40. And then I think I have the $5 one still available. Oops. I do, awesome. So this challenge is coming along. I believe I'm about halfway done in terms of the amount I've put in here so far. Yeah, so I will shade these in after. But yeah, it's coming along, super exciting. I look forward to investing this. This binder is getting incredibly full. Yeah, so that really completes today's video. I appreciate you so much for tuning in today. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. Thanks again. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.